get my sound up. You're right. That's exactly what it was. Okay, Ray, sit here quick. You have 15 seconds to sit down, Ray. Okay, and everybody, quiet on the set.
It'll be. It's improv.
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery.
Welcome to Off the Record News. I'm your host, Diana Longry. Thank you for tuning in. Off the Record News is brought to you live from the SCC studios right here out of White Bear Lake. And through a cooperative agreement, this program is also simultaneously broadcast to those studios out of the Roseville viewing area, the CTV studios. As a result of this cooperative effort, this program reaches out to and serves approximately 28 communities in the Northeast metropolitan area. Now, we also do have other dates and times in which we broadcast this program to rebroadcast it. So, well, tonight, for instance, it is September 17th, 2014. So call in with any questions or comments that you may have. But if you find yourself watching on a date other than our live date, well, sorry, you can't call in because we won't be here. However, you can always find me on Facebook 24/7. And my guests here this evening, we're going to have their website, and we have their website up on the TV screen, so you will be able to get a hold of them 24/7 as well. And so I am hoping that you really enjoy our program this evening. It's a little bit different than our usual program, but we're going to have a lot of fun because we're going to be talking about murder, about a mystery, about music, and about just a whole lot of fun. So with that, I want to take a moment to introduce my guests who are here to talk about their reunion for revenge. So, who would like to start off first? Now, Ray, why don't you tell the viewers a little bit about yourself?
Okay.
Now, you're going to be doing some singing tonight, right?
I will be, yep. I'm doing a little bit of singing.
We can hardly wait.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, well, my name is Ray Covington. Actually, I'm a local R&B artist, and songwriter, producer, and entertainer. I'm very happy to be on this program with these fantastic performers and playwrights, and just it's really been a good experience, getting in reunion for revenge. And it's this brand new venture for myself. I'm an R&B singer and performer, but it's my first experience actually being on stage and doing a stage play. So very excited about it.
Excellent. Now, of course, Bob, some of our regular viewers have seen you on this program before.
Yeah.
So you're almost an old hat
Sure,
at the public access TV.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, but tell the viewers a little bit about your role in this production.
Sure. The production is Reunion for Revenge, and it is a musical murder mystery. And I am the executive producer and trying to put all the pieces together. And as anybody that's done theater knows, there are many, many pieces in putting it all together, from finding excellent talent, which we've done, and bringing them on board, going through all the process of the rehearsals and setting up the dates and finding venues to do that. So that's kind of what the behind the scenes the producer does, and tries to keep all those pieces moving and all the balls in the air at the same time, and keep it rolling. So
Excellent.
It's a great challenge, but I've been having a great time at it.
That's good. And then next to you, you have another friend of yours who is helping you with moving those balls and keeping them in the air.
Yes.
And making this production a reality. Please introduce yourself to our viewers and tell them a little bit about your role.
Sure, I'm Daniel Snyder. I'm the writer and the director of the show. And I started writing the show in May, and Bob and I started putting the company together then. It's Minneapolis Actors and Artists Co-op. And Bob handles the business side of things, and I handle mostly the creative side of things and artistic side.
Yeah, excellent. Now, and I understand that the script is an original script, correct?
Yes,
And
absolutely.
it's your script, right?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Yes, okay. Well, we want to give you credit where credit's due.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dan.
Yes, and so now this idea for this story, How did it come about?
Oh my goodness. I started thinking about high school reunions. And I started thinking about murder mystery dinner theater and what I liked about it and what I enjoyed about it. And I think what I really enjoyed about it was the interaction, the audience getting to interact with the actors, to be personal with the actors. And so my mindset was to create a story where the audience would want to participate, where they'd want to get up and dance, where they'd want to get up and join an anthem and follow the cast around the audience if they wanted to, where they could talk to individuals who are accused of being suspects, and give their ideas about who they think might have committed this grisly crime and things like that. So I started with a 20-year high school reunion theme. I like the idea of Rydell High School because everybody knows Rydell High School. So we used that. We placed it in Brooklyn, New York, so we could bring in some of these, interesting characters from Brooklyn and have the New York accent and the New York flavor to the show. And I started out with the idea of something happened before they graduated, I said, and I thought about that. And I thought, well, it'd be really interesting if someone was in a talent show and came up with the name of Lucy Pierce. And what if she's singing I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor, that wonderful song, and then she doesn't. Something suddenly tragically happens to her. And through that, it launches the careers of two of the characters in coming back for the reunion. And so I started with that idea of Lucy Pierce. And when they come back for the 20-year high school reunion, they're going to honor her memory. And then there's suspicion about what might have happened to her. So we have that idea of the mystery already coming in at the beginning.
Yeah,
and,
good. So that really gets the audience engaged right from the very beginning.
Absolutely.
Because it isn't just that there's the setup for the characters and kind of who they are and their background, that kind of thing, but it gets that mystery rolling from kind of the beginning. So they're starting to already get engaged. And it sounds like this is an opportunity for the audience to be engaged in the action, so to speak. So do they actually have to guess by the end of the play who did it? Or how does that work? I mean, in the end, what's in it for the audience other than, oh, I guessed it right? How does this work?
Well, I think what we've done that's a little bit different than the traditional murder mystery is for the murder mysteries from the 80s and 90s were kind of well known for bad food and bad acting. And oftentimes people would come to a murder mystery event and kind of sit there and cower and say, don't pick me, because he often had a small cast of 5 or 6 people, and then they used audience members to fill out the cast and solve the mystery. And they made them wear funny hats and say silly things, and oftentimes their dinner got cold. And so sometimes people didn't enjoy that as much as they thought they originally might do. So with Daniel's clever treatment of the script here, we have the talent show going, so a lot of music involved there, and some of the music is those kinds of songs that you just can't sit still to. And so rather than being forced out of their seats to do something silly, they kind of go on, hey, I'd like to get up and dance. And they do. Yeah. And we encourage that, and the characters say, yeah, come on out and dance with me. And they do, and they have a great time doing that. And then the clues come, and instead of being kind of written clues or somebody saying something, all of the clues come through music as well. So it's an entire musical event. So the lyrics to the songs, or the titles of the songs, or the artists in the songs are clues to who committed the murder.
So it does help if you know Gloria Gaynor's song, I Will Survive.
Yes, it does.
So
yes.
I see. Now that is very unique, where you're tying in the clues that can be found in the lyrics of the music or what it is with the script, so that people really do have to stay on their toes.
Exactly.
Now, Ray, is this the kind of play that you expected it to be when you first got going?
Absolutely not. I'm so glad it is what it is. I'm so glad that it is what it is, though. I mean, it's a lot of fun. What's nice is the subplotting that's going on. You see the development of these characters, and you see the crowd interaction and how they're buying into the story, and how they follow their characters, their favorite characters throughout, and guessing who could have been, that type of thing. And that makes it real fun. So that's the best part about it to me.
Yes. Now, about how many actors are in the play, and do all of them sing, or do just some of them sing?
There are 14 actors in our show.
Okay.
So we have a really big cast and amazing actors, professional actors. They're great, and we all sing at different times. The cast sings at different times with the numbers. And the murder mysteries are revealed, but only certain people are like soloists, I would say. Although there's always cast following in background music and singing backup on certain songs and things like that.
Yes. Well, and I do want to tell our viewers out there is that this is a live program. So during the course of this program, we are going to attempt to have Ray sing a couple of his songs, I think 3 to be exact. And so, eventually we'll get to the point where we got to play some music and Ray's got to stand by a microphone. And it is live broadcasting, and that's why we have so much fun here on Off the Record News, because sometimes we are improv here too as well. So that's why I feel actually kind of at home with you guys, because I would imagine that things happen on the set and you're just going to have to go with the flow, right?
Yeah, we do.
Yep.
There won't be any new solution, though, to the mystery, though, right?
No.
All will be revealed in time.
Yes, all okay. So now tell us a little bit about where is the play, the dinner play going to be? I mean, what are some of the details of, people attending and going to this, and what can they expect, and how does this all work out?
Bob, why don't you take that?
Sure. We are going to do 2 performances coming up in the month of October. They're on Friday nights in October the 10th and the 24th. And they will be at the Eagles Club number 34 in Minneapolis, 25th Avenue, 2507
East 25th Street.
East 25th Street, there we go. And it's a great place. It's got a nice area. The way we set up our presentation is we have a stage on one end where a couple of things take place, but the tables are set up in a circular pattern. We've got round tables, so a lot of the activity takes place in the round.
Oh.
And so everybody gets a really close-up look at what's going on and how to participate, and people will walk right up to them and look them in the eye and talk with them, and then it's really fun, and you really feel like you're there, and again, because it is a class reunion and all the characters are there, you're going to really feel like you're part of it, and so the setup of that whole place does lend itself to that. It also includes dinner, a 3-course dinner, and you can buy tickets online, or you can also call in on an 800 number and order tickets and get a choice of your dinner, and we're all set to go.
Right, and for our viewers out there, we're sorry that with public access TV, we can't tell you the price of the tickets. However, you'll see that we'll have the website up. We have it there on the screen, and we also have another screen that we can pull up to show again those dates that Bob mentioned. And that way then you can write down the dates, write down the website, because all the information that you need to attend is on the website. Now, with the 3-course meal, what kind of a meal is it? Just a couple of chicken legs, or what is it?
No, I have actually, because I do the planning for the events, and I'm a former event planner, I sat down with the chef and we put together a very nice menu. There are three choices. We've got chicken, we've got a pasta primavera, and we have prime rib.
Wow.
And it's a salad and the main course and a dessert. So we've tried to solve that problem of bad food that is traditional with the murder mystery, and I think the menu is going to come through very nicely for us.
Yes, and I think that's important to distinguish yourself from maybe some of the stereotypes that some people maybe have been left with over the years.
Right.
So that they can say, well, this sounds like something new, fresh, and inviting. They've solved the menu problem.
Right.
Solved the problem where the actors are so far away, I can't see what they're saying, what they're doing. I don't feel like I'm really part of it. They're kind of off in the distance somewhere. Your idea of having it sort of like theater in the round, that's really unique. I think that's a great opportunity for the audience to really feel like they're part of what's going on. Exactly. And your comment that they will feel like they're part of the reunion.
Yep.
Well, Now, don't let that keep some of you viewers from going because you're thinking it might be like your class reunion. But it will be much better than that, and you'll wish your class reunion was like this, right?
Well, it's
Right.
the characters that were at everybody's high school have been cleverly written into the script, and you'll identify them as you walk in the door. And you'll, oh yeah, I remember so and so
Yeah.
from our school.
Yep.
They're there.
Exactly. Well, I think this sounds like an excellent time for us to have Ray sing his first song. So, Ray, why don't you tell us what this first song is and give us the lead in for it, and then
Sure.
we'll do a little quick-o change-o here to get you to the mic.
Absolutely. Well, this is the opening number of the program, and my character name is Michael Grace. Actually, I'm the host with the most. And,
He is.
And well, thank you. But this opening number is it's the Ballad of Lucy Pierce, and basically you'll be very familiar with it when you hear it. You'll know exactly what song it is. But it leads us into the story, and it basically tells everything that you need to know
Okay.
moving forward. So yeah.
Well, excellent. Okay, well, let's take off your microphone there. And while Ray is getting himself over to the stand-up microphone, we'll get our camera adjusted here so that way we'll have a camera on Ray. And so we can,
I can tell you a little bit about
go ahead.
how I constructed it, put
Yes.
it together. Shows that I've always loved: Sweeney Todd, The Demon Barber of Fleet Street. I saw when I was in high school in New York, and I love prologues. When they tell you the story and give you the background at the beginning of the show. And that's what we did with the Ballad of Lucy Pierce. It gives you a background about this individual, Lucy Pierce, and her story and why it's important 20 years later still. And so it kind of makes it like a focal point of starting out. And then when the characters come in, they're all introduced in a real quick prologue. So rather than us telling you who they are, they tell you who they are through the action of the show.
excellent. Okay, well, let's get the music rolling. And there'll be a little pause.
Hey folks, here's the story of Miss Lucy Pierce. She was destined to be a star. She was the sweetest and the most loving. You could say her life ended kinda sudden. Heidi, 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 Heidi.
Heidi, 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 hi.
Hody, 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 ho.
Hody, 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 ho.
Heedy, 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 he.
Heedy, 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 he.
Heidi, 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 ho.
Heidi, 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 ho.
See, it was back in May of 1994. She was in the talent show at Rydell High. She was destined to be the next big thing. She sang I Will Survive, but she didn't. Heidi, 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 hi. Come on.
Heidi, 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 hi.
Here's something for you. Whoa, come on.
Whoa.
Heedy, 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 he.
Heedy, 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 he.
Heidi, 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 ho.
Heidi, 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 ho.
Lucy was rocking sure to win the contest. She hit the final chorus with great force. She sang the high note, a sudden sense of dread fell over on the stage, and damn, she was dead. Heidi, 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 hi.
Heidi, 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 hi.
Hody, 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 ho.
Hody, 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 ho.
Skiddly doo, skiddly doo, skiddly diddly diddly doo.
Skiddly doo, skiddly doo, skiddly doo, skiddly doo.
Dum dum diddly dum dum diddly dum dum diddly dum diddly That's the story of Miss Lucy Pierce. To date, her killer has not been found. She was destined to be the next best thing. I wonder if she's coming back around. Come on. Heidi, 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 Heidi.
Heidi, 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 Heidi.
Hody, 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 ho. Heedy, 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 he. Can't hear you. Heidi, 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 ho. Oh, Lucy, poor Lucy, poor Lucy.
That's good. Excellent, excellent. Okay, well that's why. Whoa. Hey. We got a lot of music here.
That's our theme song. There we go.
Well, and there you go with the music we got so excited about. We wanted to hear some more. So anyway, so that kind of gives you a preview about what's going on, and we'll get Ray to come back here and put his microphone on. And because I know we'll want to hear some more comments from Ray, not just singing, but comments as well. So it's always interesting to hear those folks who are involved in the action, what are their comments about the storyline, about the action that's going on. And Ray, when you started working with this and doing the singing, I noticed how you really put a little acting into that music as well when you were singing it.
He's quite the actor.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, thank you.
And does that really increase your enthusiasm and your satisfaction in doing this work?
Oh, absolutely. I get an opportunity to be able to express myself in a way that I have not been able to do in my regular shows. When I'm on stage and I'm performing an R&B show, that's what you have. You have a microphone, you have an audience, and that's what you do. But here's an opportunity to be able to do acting, to interact with your crowd, to have a camaraderie with these actors and actresses who are doing such a great job, and it gives me that feeling. So I there are things you're not sure if you're able to do or if you can pull off, and I found out pretty quickly that I was real comfortable with it.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Now I understand that in this production you were able to include one of your own songs that you.
It's not in the production actually, but Ray has a very illustrious solo career.
Oh, okay.
And wanted him to share one of his songs with us tonight.
I got that. Well, there you go. It's a 2-for-1 deal.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, my viewers know I'm all for 2-for-1 deals. So that's good. That's good. No problem. No problem. Well, that's excellent.
One of the reasons behind that whole philosophy is for our entire cast, what we're trying to do is not only showcase them in our production, but each of them are professionals in and of themselves, and they do other things. And what we want to do is our best job of trying to promote them as well. Making sure that people know that their backgrounds and that they are very professional people. They've done other things, they can do other things, and we want to make sure that they have those opportunities.
Not only do we have 14 actors, we have 28. We have 2 casts.
Right.
So that our actors can do other things. They do commercials, they do film work, they do other theater productions professionally across the Twin Cities. So we wanted to have an opportunity for the actors to be able to continue doing their own projects as well as working with our company. So we don't limit them to just working with us.
Right.
Is what I think Bob's also
so
talking
in
about.
other words, if there are any talent scouts out there,
Yes.
this is where you want to be. You want to be in the audience so you can see all the talent you've been looking for, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Showcase.
What a great way to actually combine local talent with something that's fun for the audience, but also an opportunity, as you indicated, to showcase people's talents. Because I get this feeling that sometimes there's not as many venues as folks would like to have.
Right.
And sometimes you need to sort of make your own venue, don't you?
Yeah.
So now this idea, though, of having this venture, is it something that was brewing a long time, or that it?
No, I kind of
just-
came up with it in May,
Oh,
actually,
okay.
and when I wrote the script, and I just to use great actors, to use the best actors, the professional actors in Minneapolis and St. Paul area and surrounding area, you need they need to have some freedom as
Yeah.
well. So that's why the double cast.
Yeah.
And that concept kind of came together, and Bob was the first person I cast, and he was like, I love it, I want him in, and then we became partners in the company and put together the cast from there.
That's excellent. Well, you know, this is a live program. And so with a live program, you have live callers.
Oh,
So we have a caller on the line. So caller,
Oh.
thank you for calling in. Comments you may have this evening, or maybe questions.
Hi, Diana. Hi, group. I have a question for you. Do you folks offer any of your programs other than in the city of Minneapolis? Unfortunately, the state is so centered around Minneapolis, the outlying areas don't get to have the opportunity to see such a good group as yourself. Can you make any comments on that? Thank you.
Yeah, because we're just getting started, we're examining a lot of different locations, and we're looking at outstate areas as well. We have done a couple of shows down in Savage earlier in the year, and found that there was a good response down there as well. So we are in the process of doing a major promotion right now. So the place to do promotions is in a metropolitan area. So as we build the buzz around us, then it's much easier to take it outstate to different areas as well, because there's a good level of promotion that's traveling with us. And so we'll keep in mind, and if you want to go to our website, that'd be great, and jot a note in there as to the location that you'd like to see us perhaps do some shows, and I'd love to add that to the list and think about that in the future. So thanks for the call.
And, you know, thinking along those lines, I'm thinking about the different casinos that are in other communities, whether it's Hinckley or Duluth or wherever it might be. That maybe is a possible venue as well.
we're in the process of contacting them, actually,
Yeah,
and we are actually, looking at them.
Yeah, we'd love to consider if people like our caller has a location and a venue that would be suitable for something, that would be just great, because one of the challenges is trying to, number one, find places that we can do the show, and then work with people, find the right people, things like that. If we get a note that says, talk to Jim Smith about this venue, he's all excited about hearing from you, that helps us a lot, and it can save us time, energy, and money in terms
The
of putting
beauty of
show
the
together.
show is we can do it anywhere.
Really, we can.
As long as we have like a basic ballroom set up and things like that, then we can do the show anywhere, and we can travel. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Excellent. Now, as we're chatting and I'm getting the music set up for our next song by Ray, I need somebody to tell me which flash drive I might be looking at for that music.
That
So
one
it's
there.
this one right here.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, excellent. So a question that I have when we're talking about thinking the music and the songs that have the clues in them, was it a lot of work to come up with the songs that had the right clues? Tell us a little bit how you went through all those songs to figure out the right clues.
It was the hardest thing I've done probably in a long time. I had the show written and structured. I even had the ending and the basic idea of where I'm heading, but I got to the middle where you have the murder occur, and then you have to go to the point of revealing how the murder is going to be revealed. And in our show, we use guest psychics and channels and special people like that. And so I had a grid actually with all the characters' names on a paper, and I would listen to different rock songs that I really loved growing up, like "Staying Alive" or "Stand by Me" or "The Lion Sleeps Tonight," and I was looking for clues in those songs, and I would make check marks under the characters that they applied to, and so that the audience would do when they're trying to solve the murder. That's how I actually started writing it as well. So yeah, it was definitely the most challenging process, was to put the murder together and to reveal it through these popular songs that everybody knows so well. That was very challenging, but very rewarding, and we came out with a wonderful second half of the script, and the second part of the show, where the audience just really gets caught up in the fun of it, of solving it, and the silliness that goes on, and the zaniness that goes on, and the wonderful singing and creativity that comes through what the actors create and how those clues are delivered and things like that.
Yeah.
And again, a great twist. So we're going to then have Ray do his next song. So as he is switching over and going over to the microphone, I'm going to have Bob again tell us a little bit again about the dates that the show is playing and the time and how they go about getting tickets and all that good information. And we also have the screen that can be put up for our viewers to jot down the information as Bob is talking.
Sure, thanks. We've got 2 shows coming up in October, and we'll talk a little bit later about some other shows we have coming up in November as well. We're very excited to announce tonight as well. But those that are ready to roll right now are on October 10th, which is a Friday, and on October 24th, also a Friday. And it's at the Eagles Club, number 24 at 2507 East 25th Street in Minneapolis. And the
7 o'clock?
7 o'clock p.m. Doors at 6:30.
Yep.
And so show up a little bit early, find your seats, do a little chatting with people. You'll get to meet the cast as you walk in the door. We'll sign you in just like at a class reunion.
Give you a name tag.
Give you a name
and,
tag, and it's a lot of fun, and you'll get to chat with the cast, have your pictures taken, just like you might experience at a class reunion. So it's a real fun time. Be prepared for that. Bring your letter jacket if you'd like.
Remember reunionforrevenge.com. It's just a title,
Yes.
.com right after it. All the information's right there.
And that's a nice touch. Wear your letter jacket if you have one.
Oh, we'd love to see that. That'd be great.
Just
That'd be great.
That'd be funny.
Be lots
That'd
of
be
fun.
That's
great.
right. Well, let us now turn to Ray, and we'll get Ray's music going, and this is our next song.
Lady was you, lady was you, lady was you. You never know what you have until it's gone. You never know what's right until it all goes wrong. Ooh, na, 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 na. Ooh, na, 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 na. Spending another night here with you on my mind, and the words keep escaping from me to tell you the reason why I let you walk out my life. And the world is so much colder to me. You opened the door, and I just didn't see it. Girl, the door ain't open no more. And all I needed was right here in front of me. I wanna come back to you, but I don't know where you are, baby. I wanna come back to you, but I can't, girl, it is driving me crazy. And all I ever really needed was you. I feel it in me. Oh, it was so good when you were here with me. Oh, wherever you are, I hope you believe you're the best thing that ever happened to me. But now I can see. And I'm telling you, girl, and I hope that you believe that it's true. That all I ever really needed was you. Coming home late at night, we used to fuss and fight, and I said you didn't understand. But looking back, I was wrong, 'cause you knew it all along. What it took for you to be a man. You opened the door, and I just didn't see it. Girl, the door ain't open no more. And all I needed was right here in front of me. I wanna go look for you, but I don't know where to start, baby. All the time I took from you, and I'm sorry, and it's driving me crazy. And all I ever really needed was you. I feel it in me. How life was so good when you were here with me. Wherever you are, I hope you believe you're the best thing that ever happened to me. But now I can see, and I'm telling you, girl, and I hope that you believe that it's true. That all I ever really needed was you. never been through this before. You see, my life just walked out the door. You turned away, I went astray. But please believe, girl, the only time I felt true love was when you walked into my life. But I let you get away, I let it slip away. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Say na 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 na. Na 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 na. That all I ever really needed was you. Yeah, oh. And you got me saying, ooh, na 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 na. Ooh, na 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 na. All I ever needed was you. All I ever needed was you. All I ever needed was you, yes.
Great, thank you very much. Yes, and this of course is Off the Record News, and we are featuring Reunion for Revenge. Now, we were calling out for people to come out to the dinner theater with their letter jackets. Little did I know that that call for action would result in a new guest who is now here with his letter jacket. So I have got two new guests to introduce to our viewers. And so they're both, I think, going to the reunion, and you can meet them at the reunion in person. And so here they are. So let's start off with you, young man. Tell the viewers who you are and why are you wearing a letter jacket?
My name is CJ Devon, and I play a character by the name of Johnny Mack, who is the captain, the quarterback of the football team. And so where else would he be even 20 years later, but in his same letter jacket.
Very good. And then who is the prom queen next to you?
I'm Helen Karalik, and my character is Brittany Parker. I'm a head cheerleading coach, and it's a wonderful character to play. It's a very snippy, conniving character, a character that you love to hate.
And I was only guessing that you were the prom queen, so.
Yeah, prom queen, head cheerleading coach, national head cheerleading captain, yeah.
So now tell the viewers a little bit, each of you individually, tell the viewers a little bit about your acting background and, how did you come to be a part of this production?
Well, I have been working the stage and the film circuit for probably about the last 14 years after college. In about 2007, I wanted to go from theater, where I made my living for a while, to film, because film just seemed to be more recognizable and where you get more opportunities sometimes. So in the course of getting networking around this small community, I met Bob, and Bob posted a cast listing in a Facebook group called TC Cinematics, looking for actors to come be a part of his show, and so I responded, and I talked to Daniel, the director, on the phone, and I went and I auditioned and read for Johnny Mac, and the rest, as they say, is history.
Wow.
We loved him. We loved him.
Yes, yes. And tell the viewers a little bit about your background and what you've been doing before you came to the production.
Well, I've been acting pretty much my whole life. I started in our church productions, a Ukrainian Orthodox church. My mother was the social director, and I was not shy to be the head snowflake or the head angel. So that never bothered me. So that progressed into acting, something I always wanted to do. I studied at University of Minnesota Duluth and then at University of Minnesota. And I've been involved in theater, commercials, plays, industrials, did some modeling. I was out in Los Angeles for a period of time as well. And I've also worked production and crew on films as well. So, and I just got asked to do this. It's funny how things happen. You're just like, you know, I may do something else, and then something just kind of turns up or like pulls you back in. And so I got asked to audition. I was like, this is a great role. I'd never done a murder mystery play, and it's really fun because it's interactive, and I love to do that. And I come from an improv background as well. So I was just thrilled with the role, and I get to sing "I Will Survive" too.
Wow.
So,
that
so that was a plus.
Yes. You know, and
Most of it anyway.
I can't say I do it really well, but
Well,
that's
we would never
part of
say
my
that, no.
character. Yeah,
I'm not giving anything away.
that's part of my
Well,
character.
it's interesting that you say, you know, that it's just something that happened that you were asked. And I kind of was thinking back, you know, to public access TV. You know, that's how I got started in public access TV, is that somebody was going on vacation and they needed somebody to fill in for 2 weeks, and they kind of just asked me. I knew nothing about public access TV, and I've been here now for 13 years. So, you see,
It's
sometimes
funny how things, you're just in the right place at the right, and believe me, being an actor, there's many trials and tribulations and
yeah.
rejections and auditions, and then you get to a point, I just don't want to do this anymore, or I'm going to do something, you know, that's more subtle and regular, and then, you know, you start getting these calls and things start happening. So I'm thrilled to be part of the cast.
That's great. And when you first got started with the production, I mean, did you have some preconceived ideas about maybe how it would go based upon the script you read, and then found out it was different once you start interacting with the various actors? Or tell us a little bit about the behind the scenes evolving into the character.
Well, I must say it turned out to be much more fun than I even imagined. And with the couple audiences that we've had, they've been wonderful and responsive, and just a lot of fun to just go out there and mingle and improv and just kind of make things up and take people by surprise. It's even surprised me how much more enjoyable and how much more fun I've had doing this role.
That's good. That's great. Go ahead.
I did a couple murder mysteries in college, and I think each show brings its unique trials and tribulations and different challenges about it. But as I read the script, I really liked the character of Johnny Mac and all that he went through as a single dad and a divorcee, and also a member of a clique of friends, I've been really amazed in the course of the process of rehearsal just how close all of us as actors have been, and the chemistry that you always create when you're putting a project together.
Yeah, really great group of people. Really, really good group.
And I think earlier in the program, we talked about how everybody can identify with this concept of going to a reunion, that people that you knew in high school that were in the, like you said, the clique.
Oh yeah.
You know, what's happened 20 years later? Well, they've gone through all the trials and tribulations that all the regular folks like us have had to go through. You know, and it's, after all, everybody is still kind of going through a lot of those same struggles. And you're not really part of any of those cliques anymore. It's kind of changed. So now, Bob, did you help to pick out some of the? When people were auditioning for the roles, were you one of the ones that was helping to
Yeah.
select who fit each role properly?
Yeah, part of the process when you're putting together a cast as large as we put together with 14 people, the challenge is to find people, number one, and then match them up with the roles. And my background is as a voiceover artist and an actor and a producer and a director, so I had a fairly good list of connections that I've made through different projects over the last several years. And CJ was somebody that I'd worked with on a couple different projects, and then run into Helen on a couple of things. I go, those two guys should come talk to us. So yeah, we you find people. You start with networking, and you know a little bit about their skill set, and know that they're good people, and you want to work with people that you like, and you know their skills, and worked out very well.
Yeah, and I would think that with your background, you have a good feel for knowing really a lot of the criteria that you're looking for. I would think dependability is certainly high up on the list.
Yes.
That you know that they're going to come to rehearsal, that
Yep.
they're not going to, well, where are they today?
Right. Right.
So now, do we have a phone caller? No, okay, not yet. Okay, so if we have any phone callers out there where you'd like to call in, you got a question or comment. Now, we have only about 15 minutes left of the program. Ray has one more song to play. So if you want to call in, you should do it in the next 5 minutes or so. So with, thinking about what the audience might be, what they can anticipate when they go there. Obviously, we've heard it's in the round, that they're going to be right there with the actors. They're going to be greeted at the door. And is there anything else that you think that the viewers should be thinking about when they go to the website and sign up?
I don't know if anticipate is necessarily the right word. I think they should just be prepared to to have a great time, to eat well, to laugh, and to just really enjoy a great time with friends, family, date, whoever they end up going with. You're gonna get a great show. It is a really good script filled out by really great cast members who we're having a lot of fun doing it, and you'll have a lot of fun watching it.
Okay.
And you get to dance too.
Oh, you
Absolutely.
do?
You get to dance like you do get to dance in your
We'll bring up
costume
and dance.
Yeah, you get to dance
as much
to Ray
or as little
singing
as you're
some
able to.
wonderful songs.
Wow,
so, yeah.
that's great. So, did either of you want to give any little vignettes from your script of the play?
I can do mine. One of the things that Daniel wrote, which really kind of fit with casting me in this role, is he wrote Aaron Sorkin's "You Can't Handle the Truth" monologue from the very famous play and movie A Few Good Men, which Jack Nicholson is one of my personal favorite actors. So to be able to do this monologue is a great homage to him as an actor, and just a really fun thing to do. So if you'll give me just 1 second. You want answers?
I think I'm entitled to them.
You want answers.
I want the truth.
You can't handle the truth. Son, we live in a world that has walls, and those walls have to be guarded with men with guns. But who's going to do it? You? You, Lieutenant Weinberg? I have a greater responsibility than you can possibly fathom. You weep for Santiago and you curse the Marines. You have that luxury. You have the luxury of not knowing what I know, that Santiago's death, while tragic, probably saved lives. And my existence, while grotesque and incomprehensible to you, saves lives. You don't want the truth because deep down in places you don't talk about at parties, you want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. We use words like honor, code, loyalty. We use these words as a backbone to a life spent defending something. You use them as a punchline. I have neither the time nor the inclination to explain myself to a man who rises and sleeps under the blanket of the very freedom I provide and then questions the manner in which I provide it. I'd rather you just said thank you and went on your way, or pick up a weapon and stand a post. Either way, I don't give a darn what you think you're entitled to.
Did you order the code red?
I did what I had to do.
Did you order the code
You're
red?
darn right I did.
Very good, very good. Well, viewers, we have about 12 minutes left, and we want to make sure that we get Ray's song in, so we'll do that. And Okay, so
We need to go to the 8-minute point. How about that?
oh,
little behind the scenes,
the 8-minute
queuing
point.
up.
Okay. Let's see here.
Can you read the little numbers?
Okay, we're at the 8-minute point. I got it. Okay.
Okay.
So let's hope we're in a good spot for you.
My darling, I hunger for your touch alone, lonely time. And time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. Are you still mine? I need your love. I need your love. Godspeed your love to me. Lonely rivers flow to the sea, to the sea, to the open arms of the sea. Yeah. Lonely rivers flow. Wait for me, wait for me. I'll be coming home. Wait for me. Whoa, my love, my darling, I hunger for your touch alone, lonely time. And time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. Are you still mine? I need your love. Need your love. Godspeed your love to me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right.
Yeah, Ray. Thank you, Ray, for that song. That's wonderful. It just kind of, here we are in the studio, we all have shivers going up and down our spines. So I hope your viewers, it's coming across to you as well. And again, let's remind our viewers of the dates. Let's bring the dates up on the screen so our viewers can take a look at that, write down the website once more. And let's pull up the dates there, okay? Reunion for Revenge, and as you can see, it's at the Eagles Club, number 34 in Minneapolis. And Bob, go ahead and tell us what that street address is again.
2507 East 25th Street in Minneapolis. And it's a great location, easy to get to, free parking, always important. And we're going to set you up with a great meal, 3-course meal, a fun evening. You've heard a sample of some of it tonight. Ray is our featured artist, and we get to hear that beautiful music every time we do a performance. So
That's excellent.
You could see us kind of sitting here going along with the music, and we do that every time. So
He's definitely concert quality, and the price of a show and a full meal is cheaper than you pay for most concerts. You don't need a $12 hot dog or a $10 beer. So
Right, right.
So-
Well, and one thing that I want to mention is that in doing, going out to watch this, you're supporting local artists who are working within our community, that this is a way that they're showcasing what it is that they do, what their talents are. So you're watching people that are professionals, that are in our community, that, they're having fun doing this, but this is also how they make their living in their real life too.
Exactly right.
And I think that many times with, folks when they go to maybe community theater, it's, kind of a, maybe a part-time kind of a gig. But in this, I think something that's really unique about this is that while this is maybe short-term right this moment, you're looking to expand this to go to other communities for a longer time, and it's a cast of all professionals.
Exactly.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
That's great. Now, I know there's some viewers out there who are wondering, okay, so we go, how long is it? Because we haven't actually told them how long are they going to be having all this fun.
It runs about 2.5 hours roughly.
Okay.
And it's you'll come in, you'll check in, and do the pre reunion routine, and then we'll sit down, and we'll start out with the salads, and the show will start. We'll run through that. Dinner service is strategically located in the script, and they'll enjoy a dinner as they're watching the show, and then of course dessert comes up at another strategic location.
Right.
So,
And then there's got to be time for the dancing, as
And
you
music,
mentioned,
And the
yeah.
music.
because you've
Oh,
got
yeah.
dancing. So it really is a whole night out.
exactly right.
A lot of fun. So it's not one of those things, well, we just go in there, we kind of sit back, and somebody entertains us. You're actually part of the entertainment.
Yep.
You're part
Well,
of
and,
the
and,
show.
and if you have somebody that would prefer to do that, the show still works for them.
Yes.
But most of the people are, as you saw us, you respond to that music, and you can't help but be part of the action. It's really,
Well,
really
you know,
fun that way.
and in Ray's first song that he played on the show here, part of that was asking for interaction, even just from folks here
Yeah.
in the studio. I mean, that's the way it's going to be at the production,
Exactly
correct?
right.
Exactly.
And it's a murder mystery.
Yes.
So one of the characters gets bumped off, and you as audience members have to collaborate with a group and figure out who you think that who did this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of fun too.
Yeah, so for any of the viewers out there, if you've ever played the game Clue, it's kind of
bit
like
like that,
that.
yeah.
Like that.
Where was Professor Clue with the
Exactly.
candlestick, in which room, and how did it happen? So except that it's at a reunion instead. So now we've talked about the 2 shows in October. In our last couple of minutes here, tell our viewers what you see is the, where's the Reunion for Revenge going to go from here?
Well, we're going to go just down the road a little bit. We've got dates in November that we have just connected on at the Mall of America at the wonderful new Radisson Blu Hotel.
Okay.
And we'll be doing 2 shows on Sundays in November, starting on November 2nd. The 2 of them and myself and Ray will all be there. And what we're doing is kind of kicking up the whole thing, kicking it up a notch. We're looking at working with Chef Paul at Radisson Blu, and we'll be sitting down. He'll be designing gourmet meals for our dinner theater. So if you can imagine a 4-star quality Radisson Blu meal from Chef Paul as you're eating and enjoying that, watching a 4-star performance from our cast.
Yes.
And it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful event. And we'll do both matinees and evening performances, and it's great for the whole family. We've had people that have been age groups from under 20 to, my mom attended one, of course. She's 89 years old. She was out on the dance floor and having a good time.
Well, that's
She was
excellent.
having a great time.
So it's something that everybody can enjoy. And if you're not able to go in October, go to the website, because then your new dates, new locations we'll be there.
Yep, we'll be posting those in the next several days. Yep.
Excellent.
Just like our caller was calling if we had any productions out of town, that is something that we're thinking of
Oh,
doing.
absolutely.
But here you can come and stay at the Radisson Blu, which is a beautiful hotel, do your shopping by day, and then have a wonderful meal and watch our murder mystery play Reunion for Revenge in the evening.
Excellent. Well, now I want to thank all of you for coming on the program, and also our guests who are off the stage now, and especially a thanks to Ray for singing 3 songs for all of us. And for our viewers, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Off the Record News. I hope you've enjoyed this evening's program, and we'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.